Hi, Peter Allen, Figure Transformations. And what I want to discuss today is back exercises, or more specifically, lat pulls. That maybe if you're exercising at home, you're not getting to do these as often as you may like. And we're going to kind of explore some options afterwards on ways that you could possibly do this at home with resistance bands or maybe a TRX. Because all too often what's happening is we're not getting this kind of big enough reach or response. I realize, even myself included, we got too focused on packing the shoulder. And by packing the shoulder, yes, we stabilize more, but also we're kind of losing our range of motion. And all too often I see people really struggling with getting their arms up, or kind of maybe doing a wall glide or something like that. And it's really more complex than a lot of people would kind of think in terms of what's happening there. I'm not going to get into that, excuse me, too much. So we want to make sure when we're doing a lat pull, regardless of what we're using, is we want to get that arm fully extended out of the socket. So now I'm getting a stretch in my lats. Okay, and now I'm going to pull down, and I'm moving from my shoulder blade. I'm getting that scapula down, and then my elbows move. That's kind of one of the hardest parts that happen with people, is the kind of timing. And I realize now that all has to do with the shoulder blade. If the shoulder blade's really tight and tense, especially in the front, because we're not doing enough back movement or rowing, because a lot of everyday movement is all in the front, and then we're maybe focusing just on the chest or just focusing on these specific rows, which again is another back exercise, a way of doing it, but I'm not getting this motion pattern. And that's why in another video I did a kind of shoulder movement where we're working and eliciting that kind of response to get the shoulder blade moving more and kind of in a variety of ways. So when we do this, also we want to make sure we're keeping our hands straight. All too often I see people unfortunately taking this kind of funky grip, and that changes everything when I pull. So if my hands are kind of fixed and I get more pressure on my pinkies, now I'm forced to have to use my arms more. I can't transfer that weight into my back. So I got to make sure my core is tight. I'm retracting the point down the shoulder blade here. When I let it up, I'm letting it go from my shoulder blades first, or my lats in particular, really what we're focused on. You know, I ran into this problem a long time ago with people trying to get them to not feel it just in their arms. And now while you're going to feel this in your arms, when your arms are moving, the hard part is to get that transference into the back. Really what it comes down to is timing. I got to make sure my shoulder blade's coming down and everything's coming in synchronization. And that takes a little while to work, so sometimes maybe what you might want to do is get here, kind of just work on pulling down the shoulder blade, letting it out of the socket, get a good reach, and pulling back down, and then start working your time. Now also often a lot of people too kind of want a heavier weight. If you're feeling this too much in your elbows and things like that, then you really want to make sure that you're using an adequate weight that's promoting a good movement pattern. I'm going to make a video on how we can address this at home, and then I'm going to make another video of kind of actually doing my back workout. So if you found this helpful and informative, and stay tuned for the next one.